fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger.
Bandit!
Hello, Hamlet.
Oh, it's you, mister. And Tonto. Well met, gentlemen. Well met. These are old friends. Horatio.
You call Bruno Horatio?
Yes. Horatio was Hamlet's friend. He's a very gentle beast and a good conscience.
More antique Roman than a Dane.
Ah, I see you know your Shakespeare too, mister.
The last time we met was in the Superstition Mountains. That's a long way from here, Hamlet.
Oh, I just drifted here lately. There's a town nearby, Spring Valley, I'm thinking of settling down in.
Have you struck it rich?
Ah, I'm rich in knowledge and years and health.
There's no greater treasure than health.
Why, then, the world's my oyster. Oh, I have a shack up in Pinto Canyon. Drop over and see me sometime.
We'll be glad to.
Farewell until tomorrow. Come along, boy. Come along, Horatio.
Poor old Hamlet. He's still dreaming of settling down.
What him have in chest?
I think it's books, Tonto. He's always been mysterious about it. Hamlet likes to play act a little. I think we'd better find a place to set up camp.
Wait, Kimasabi. Look.
We've seen those men before.
Yes, Kimasabi, but can't remember names.
Judd Ellis and Clem Hart. They belonged to Dirk Martin's gang till he was captured.
You think them go straight now?
Perhaps, but I doubt it. They've always drifted from one crooked gang to another. Too tough to be honest and too weak to take anything but orders. Sounds like someone signaling for help.
Shots come from Eagle Pass.
Come on.
No use trying to hold me up, mister. 2 other masked men beat you to it. Nothing left for you.
We're not bandits. If we were, we could have ambushed you easily.
Well, reckon that makes sense. What do you want?
Some information. We'd better take a look at that wound. Tell me about the holdup. How much did they get?
$10,000 in paper money, bound for the Spring Valley Bank.
Paper money? There isn't much of that out here in circulation.
Only the bankers and me knew about the money shipment. Arrangements had been made to send it by mail, so as to keep it secret.
Yet someone found out about it.
Somebody from Spring Valley. They even knew where it was hid, in a hat box, in the back boot.
Why do you think it was someone in Spring Valley?
Well, the leak comes from there. Things like this have been happening a lot lately. The town's got mighty unlawful since Sheriff Miller got shot.
Shot?
Yeah, murdered, dry gulched. But his deputy, Jim Bryce, has taken over. But he's a young feller and inexperienced.
I've heard of Sheriff Miller. He was a good law officer. I'm sorry to hear about his death.
Lots of folks was. Well, I can make it to town now and give them the bad news. So long, and thanks again.
Adios.
You think maybe Judd and Clem in on holdup?
So they're working for someone who's smart enough to obtain secret information. Tell us, suppose you ride into Spring Valley.
Me look for them, maybe.
Yes. Try to find out who their leader is. I'll scout the surrounding territory and meet you here later.
Where's the boss?
Gives me the creeps.
Come on.
You know something, Judd? This always seems rather foolish to me.
It does, huh?
Yeah. We pull the job, we get the dough, then we come to this played-out mine and leave it for somebody we don't know and have never seen.
You just saw him? Outside.
You call that seeing him?
Look, Clem, we've been over that before. When you joined up with me, I told you to be this way.
I know, but I thought after being with you a while, you'd tell me more.
Well, I don't know anymore.
That's what's so hard for me to swallow. I keep figuring you're holding something out on me.
Oh? You've been figuring wrong.
The least you could do is tell me how you hooked up with him.
All right, but there ain't much to tell. I drifted into town after I got out of jail. One day the postmaster says to me, "You, Judd Ellis, there's a letter here for you."
Any of the old gang knew you were here?
No, not one of them. So I opened the letter. It was hand-printed, and it said if I was willing to take orders, I could make myself some easy money. Said I'd get further instructions and other letters from time to time.
So that's how it started.
Yeah. And I kept getting the letters. It meant about jobs to do, like today's job. They'd tell me to leave the loot here. Then in a few days, I'd get a letter enclosing my share of the money.
Well, whoever he is, he's always been square about that.
Yeah, absolutely. One letter says, get yourself a partner. Our operation's going to be bigger. You came along about then, so I let you in on it.
Darndest thing I ever heard of. But I don't know, Judge. Somehow I don't like it.
What do you mean? You've been doing all right, ain't you?
Yeah, but supposing something goes wrong. We get nabbed. He's in the clear. We don't even know who he is. Ain't you ever heard his voice?
That's what's good about it. They can't pin a thing on us. We bring the loot here, it's never in our possession. Now, if we get money through the mail, that's legal, ain't it?
Yeah?
I tell you, Clem, whoever we're working for, he's got brains. And plenty of inside information.
Say, you suppose there's someone right here in Spring Valley?
No, I ain't supposing nothing. Let's get over to our layout. Then we can ride into town and pick up my mail.
Senor Carson, I think the stage holdup will make big news for your paper, no?
Oh, we've had too much of that kind of news, Jose. I'd like to print a story saying we'd arrested those outlaws. Hello, Bryce. Pick up the trail on those stagecoach bandits?
I didn't find a sign of them, but I'll keep trying. I'll comb every hill and valley in the county for them.
Folks here of us getting kind of impatient with the situation.
I don't blame them. Criticizing me won't help any. I want to make good on this job more than anybody.
For the town or for that girl you're going to marry?
For both, of course.
All right, I'll just say you're working on some clues that'll lead to an arrest.
I'm getting mighty tired of reading that story. Howdy, gents. You got any clues, Bryce?
Not exactly. I'm doing my best. But I'm up against some extra smart criminals, seems like.
They're getting awful active. Since I bought this store 3 months ago, I've seen more lawlessness here than any town I ever lived in. Oh, I'm not blaming you, son. It's up to all of us to stand behind you.
That's right, Wheeler.
Good morrow, gentlemen. Postmaster, has a missive arrived for me?
You mean a letter? I'll see. Nope, nothing for you today, Mr. Jones. You expecting something important?
Yes. A letter from the assay office over in Oroville.
Sort of sounds like you struck it rich.
There is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at its flood, leads on to fortune.
Fortune? Then you have made a strike.
When is the next mail due?
Day after tomorrow. Sure hope your letter's in it.
Thank you. And good day.
Uh-huh. He sounds like a man who's coming into money. Jose, I'll be in the back room a while.
Any mail for Judd Ellis?
I cannot tell. Only Senor Wheeler can handle the letters.
Oh, are you looking for mail?
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Don't tell me. Let me think. You're Judd Ellis.
That's right.
Got a pretty good memory. Now, take a look.
You fill list?
Nope, nothing here for you. Wait a minute. I'll take a look in the drop here. Yeah, here's one for you. Oh, wait a minute. It's got to be postmarked first. Say, you're that anxious, you must be expecting money. From a rich uncle?
You're too nosy to suit me.
That's how I get to know things. Being nosy. There you are.
You know who Hammer Jones is?
Yeah, that loony old prospector. Why?
The boss says here he struck gold. Let's get going. I'll tell you the rest as we ride.
Freeze. What do you want here?
I want to see a box.
Well, there's nothing in there that'll do you any good. I'll show you.
Keep back.
Who steals my purse steals trash.
Crazy old galoot.
Oh!
We weren't ordered to shoot him.
We weren't ordered to get shot at either.
All right, give me a hand with the chest. Let's clear out of here.
Hey, Judd, this stuff's heavy.
Sure, it's heavy. Gold weighs considerable. Let's go.
So Judd gets his orders by mail.
And look that way. Then him talk about Hamlet Jones and gold.
I wonder why anyone would think that poor old Hamlet had much gold. That box of his. That could be it. Let's get to his cabin.
Him shot.
He's been wounded badly. Let's get him on the cot. Get some water, Tudor. Who did this, Hamlet? Can you tell us?
Yes. 2 masked men. They took my books.
The books in your chest?
Yes. They were handed down to me by my dad. And my granddad. And my great-granddad. One of them was priceless. But the thieves won't know it.
Take it easy, Hamlet.
I intended to give it to a museum. It's a first edition of Shakespeare. I must get it back.
We'll get the books, Hamlet.
We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Poor old harmless Hamlet. Murdered because they thought his treasure was gold.
Old books worth much?
Yes, especially if one of them was really a first edition of Shakespeare. But then, that might be one of Hamlet's dreams. Wait a minute. Here's a loose title page from one of the volumes. He must have been getting ready to paste it. Hamlet was right. There's the date, 1602. The first edition folio was printed from 1602 to 1607.
Crooks not know this. Maybe them destroy books.
More than likely, they'll be thrown away as worthless.
Kimasabi, you think Clem and Judd killed Hamlet?
Yes, I'm practically certain of it. But there's only one way we can make a case stand up against them in court.
How?
We must catch them with the evidence. The books.
But you say maybe them throw books away.
Perhaps we can make them lead us to the books.
How we do that?
By letting them and their boss know the books are valuable. Now I have a plan. I'll need the cooperation of the law. You ride to Spring Valley. Bring the deputy sheriff here.
Me go.
Hurry.
Books.
Maybe there's paper money in between the pages.
Yeah. Not a dollar.
Why would the guy want to tote this stuff around?
Because he's plumb loco, that's why.
What are we going to do, burn him?
Now we'll leave him here for the boss to see. He thought this chest had gold in it. He's got a surprise coming.
You said you found him dying.
That's right. He said 2 masked men had been here. His box of books were gone.
Books. Everybody thought there was gold in that box.
What made everyone think so?
Well, the way Hamlet acted, and he did some mighty fancy talking about settling down and having a fortune.
He lived in a world of dreams. His fancy talk was only quotations from Shakespeare.
How do you know all this?
I've known him for a good many years.
How do I know you didn't kill and rob him?
If I had, would I have asked you to come?
Well, I reckon not. But there's been some mighty funny goings-on around here. And if you're an honest man, why do you wear a mask?
There are dishonest men who don't wear masks.
I suppose so. But I want to see a man's face when I do business with him.
What I have to say is more important than how I look. You want to arrest Hamlet's killers, don't you?
There isn't anything I want more.
I think you can do it if you'll tell Carson to report this in his paper. That the stolen books included a first edition of Shakespeare, worth more than $10,000.
you think anyone would believe that?
It's true, Bryce.
Well, you sound convincing. And still, you might be up to some kind of a trick.
It is a trick. Make the killers show their hand.
You know, there's something I like about you, mister. I'm going to trust you. I'll go see Carson tonight, and that story will be in tomorrow's paper.
Thanks, Bryce. If the killers go for this bait, your local crime wave will come to an end.
Who'd have thought that old crackpot would have owned such a valuable book? Carson, I bet Shakespeare's popularity has taken a big jump around here.
That's right. People who can't even read are out searching for that volume.
Is it possible, senor, for a book to be worth so much dinero?
Oh, indeed it is, Jose.
Carson, where'd you get your information?
That's a newspaper man's secret.
Well, if I had the use of my legs, I'd be up in those hills right now looking for those books.
I believe you. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for them. Any mail for me?
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, here's one for you, Judd. Your uncle's writing you pretty regular. You know, Jose, I don't really think he's got a rich uncle. What did he say?
I figured the books were worthless, so he tossed them in the chest at the bottom of some ravine. There's a map showing how to get there.
Good.
We're to take him up to the mine again, and he'll give us further orders.
That means maybe we'll see him.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it. Let's go.
Come on. We'll trail them.
Good. They're all here, Clem.
Get your hands up. Carlo, take his gun.
What is this, boss? A double cross?
He ain't the boss. He's wearing a different mask and different clothes.
That's right, Judd. Who is your boss?
You'll never find out from us, because we don't know.
You get your orders by mail and you've never seen him?
Only at a distance and wearing a mask.
I was hoping he'd be here to meet you. Carlo, tie them up. Take the books outside, Tano, and bring up the horses. Meanwhile, I'll search these men. You got this letter from the post office today?
Yeah.
Sounds as if your mysterious boss might come here. Tattle! You all right?
Somebody hit me.
It was Judd's boss. He tried to destroy us all.
Him get away with books?
Nobody almost did. Come on.
Red clay, plenty sticky, Kimosabe. Many footprints.
That won't help us now. Unless the footprints belong to the man I think wrote this letter.
Who you think wrote letter?
The postmaster. Who else could put it through without it being postmarked?
Maybe letters slipped through by mistake.
It's too good a lead not to follow through at once. You keep an eye on the books and the prisoners. I'm riding to Spring Valley.
You have had a good rest, Senor Wheeler.
Yes, fine. Thanks, Jose.
Can I go to lunch now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gracias.
Mr. Wheeler?
Masked bandit. How'd you get in my bedroom?
Same way you did. Through the tunnel from your barn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. Did you give Dud Ellis this letter today?
I reckon I must have. I handle all the mail here.
Perhaps you can tell me how Ellis got it without it being postmarked.
It was kind of careless of me, wasn't it? Yeah, things like that do happen at times, though.
Look out, Wheeler! I see you still have red clay on your boots.
Smart, ain't you?
I located the stolen money. It's in Wheeler's trunk in there. This town owes you a lot, mister.
I'll feel well rewarded if Spring Valley has kept a good, decent, progressive town. I'm sure you'll be the kind of sheriff to keep it that way.
I'll do my darnest. In a couple of weeks, I'll be at Mrs. Bryce to give me a little help.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Bryce, look at this. A Philadelphia museum wants to buy Hamlet's first edition of Shakespeare, and they'll pay plenty.
Hamlet wanted these books to go to the museum. Who'll get all the money?
Spring Valley. Create a fund, develop the town, help the new settlers.
Oh, that's great. He's gone. Isn't that just like him to slip out so quietly after all he's done for Spring Valley?
You know, I've got a hunch you know who that masked man is.
I do. The Indian told me, Ed. And you can print this in your front page. He's the Lone Ranger.
Hail,